Congrats, we made it to the end of the week. It's Friday, people. Australia is not in the news for COVID-19, but what country is and is imposing very, very restrictive measures that would make a certain person in history very proud? Let's get into it in the Derek O'Shea Show. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show, where we discuss culture, news, politics, and more. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to tell your friends and family about the revolution. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek Oh my gosh. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. And my, of course, my camera's being weird. All right, I'm going to fix it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. It's Friday. We made it to the end of the week. You made it to the end of the week. And I'm honestly, deep down in my heart, proud of you for what you accomplished this week. If no one else tells you that, I did. If you want to be a supporter of my show, you go to buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show. Buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show. I'd greatly appreciate it. It'd mean a lot to me. It's $3 a month to be a member. And I'm going to do exclusive content for those members only. And look out for that. But let's get into the news. Again, if you want to support me, it means a lot to me. I realize, we live in a crazy time where money's kind of stressful, especially with inflation and stuff like that. So it's $3 a month. It's just a way of saying, you know what you do is enough to be paid, and you should be, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's get into the news, though. So Australia is not in the news for COVID-19, and maybe there's a part of you like me that's just like, if I hear one more story about COVID-19, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I'm gonna scream from the balcony rooftops and let everyone know I'm done. I get it. I'm like you. I had COVID. I got through it. I didn't have Joe Rogan, or Tim Pool, or Aaron Rodgers. I didn't have, a doctor on standby. Hey, Derek, what would you like? My doctor said, go home and get some rest. That's the medication I got. We're in a pandemic. Oh, God. Anyways, thank God for doctors like Joe Rogan's and Aaron Rodgers, because the rest of us who aren't super rich celebrities are scraping from the barrel, as always. But Austria is set to place millions and millions of unvaccinated people in lockdown as Chancellor slams shameful shot uptake. You are not taking shots? Fine. I'll put you in lockdown forever. This is not funny. This is insane. This is literally insane. According to this CNN report, which I wanted to use CNN because, when it comes to something like this, there might be a little slant of celebration on this side. As I looked up on social media everywhere, as people are clapping this, like, why haven't we done something like this in America? It'd be so nice. Put the unvaccinated people in little camps, and they can have little jobs, and we'll give them food and we'll force injection when they sleep. It'll be fine. It's all about freedom. Screw your freedoms, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, you should go back to Australia. You would love it there. So, Austria is about to place millions of people in a forced lockdown if you're not vaccinated. And this is a problem. But people are clapping that. And that's what makes me so concerned about our country and about just the idea that you could force people to be in lockdown for not taking a drug that just came out is insane. Especially people that are politicians that aren't doctors. It's always funny. If you agree with quote unquote the science, then you're allowed to just spread medical information on the internet. But if you don't agree with the science, then you're seen as misinformation. How could you spread that information? You're not even a doctor. Oh my God, you're not even a medical professional. Why are you even talking about this? Why is Aaron Rodgers and Joe Rogan they're not even doctors, but Big Bird, go ahead. You can talk about the shot. It's okay. You're Big Bird. It's okay to do that. Doesn't make any sense. So therefore, it's a narrative. Therefore, it's not science-driven. Because if it was science-driven, a real scientist would go, this is the data, and this is the facts. Oh, you want to challenge me? Go ahead. Try to come up with something better because I welcome it, because I want science to continue to get more science-y and have more information and be better for the American public because I'm on the side of science, not a narrative. We have so many people that are authoritarianism, like love this idea of authoritarianism, being told what to do. They're so scared. They're not independent. They don't. Their risk assessment is incredibly low. They're scared about life. They're walking around with double masks. They are masking themselves in their car by themselves because it's not a medical thing. It's more of a safety and emotionally secure. It's a safe emotional safety net that they need to have, and it's because of what the media has done to them. It's not because of science telling them they should wear a mask in their cars. The Chancellor said, the aim is clear. We want on Sunday to give the green light for a nationwide lockdown for the unvaccinated, which is always good to announce on a Friday. Nothing screams, let's start a riot or a protest like, hey, on Sunday, if you're unvaccinated, which according to this is 65% of people are vaccinated in Austria. So that means 35% is going to be forced in lockdown. 35 freaking percent. Forced lockdown of the nation's population. 35%. And you think you're not going to have any riots or protests or anything like that. It's just like this Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I swear, if they put the verdict out today, you're just asking for Antifa and Black Lives Matter to get ramped up and ready to go. Like, you put it out on a Monday if you don't want people to freak out. But maybe it's part of the narrative, part of whatever. I don't understand why you would do that. It doesn't make any logical sense, but here we are. He's very mad, as he says, the vaccination rate is shamefully low, and hinted that the measure would be triggered within days. In other states, that the rate is a lot higher. It's shameful we have enough vaccines available, Schallenberg said at a separate press conference on Thursday. Not taking the vaccine to these people is a moral issue. It's shameful. You're shameful for not taking it. You should feel guilty. You're unjustified. You're sinful. You're dirty. You're unclean. You're unfit. It's a moral issue. The holy ones are those that decided to take the vaccine, and the ones that aren't holy, the ones that can't come inside and worship, can't come inside and pray, can't come inside and sing, those are the unclean. Those are the unfit. Those are the unjustified. Those are the dirty. And they don't deserve to be within the righteous realm. They don't deserve to be within the righteous circle. This is a moral issue. It's not a science-driven issue. It's a religion, and they know it. But a lot of people don't know it. And that's why people are so happy to jump on the authoritarian train, because it's this new religion for a lot of people. It's a new way of life. It's a new way of thinking. It feels good to them. They have a cause, an idea, a God, Tony Fauci, to get behind and push their agenda. Say, you can be unclean. You can be clean too. You can join us. You can be just like the vaccinated if you just get vaccinated. And I'm not talking about flu or any other vaccinations. I'm literally just talking about COVID-19. You don't have to get the flu shot. That's up to you. That's different. The flu shot's different. COVID-19 shot, you have to get in order to be a part of us. He then goes on to say, it's clear that this winter, listen to this verbiage. It's clear that this winter will be uncomfortable for the unvaccinated, Schallenberg warned on Thursday. It's clear that this winter will be uncomfortable. 35% of your population. I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to squeeze you. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to make you feel weak. I want you to feel uncomfortable. I want you to squirm at home. That doesn't weird you out. That doesn't make you feel like you're listening to some kind of evil secret power. Like it's like a super villain. I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to make you feel weak. I'm going to squeeze you, force you in your homes. So the only thing they're allowed to do is a lockdown for the unvaccinated is one cannot leave one's home unless one is going to work, shopping for essentials, or stretching one's legs. You can go for a walk, fine. You can go to the grocery store, fine. Oh, you need makeup? That's not essential. Sorry. But I'm going to work. Where do you work? What do you do? Show me your papers. This is what we had to suffer in 2020 when Trump decided it was a good idea to lock down the country. I have a lot of Trump supporters that get mad at me whenever I say that, but I thought that was the stupidest thing he could have ever done. When you were not allowed to go to church, church was shut down. There were so many things that people just accepted as okay that is against everything our nation stands for as far as freedom. CNN writes, Schallenberger's tone encapsulates the frustration several European governments have expressed towards unvaccinated pockets of society. They're mad at you. If you don't have the vaccine, they hate you. They don't like you. They think it's okay to force you to stay at home. They think it's okay. They want to do stuff like that. They would do that here in America, as Biden wants, even though it's unconstitutional, and it'll go all the way to the Supreme Court, the whole forcing companies with over 100 employees to be vaccinated. They want that. They would love to make only vaccinated people allowed to fly planes. They would love that. Make these people feel uncomfortable. I swear a lot of our politicians watch what goes on in other countries just to see how it'll turn out. Will people bend the knee and just be okay with this? Will people protest and stand up? Will anyone cover the protests if they do? Because as I've been watching what goes on in Europe, because like I said in my podcast, I am not America-only politics. I'm not. Because I think a lot of what goes on in the world is an indication of what's about to happen here in some ways. And also, it's good to know what goes on in the world. There's too many podcasts in America, especially political podcasts, that are just so focused on what goes on here, and we're just oblivious to what goes on in the world. But the Chancellor is wanting to make people feel uncomfortable. And I'm curious of what goes on is going to happen this weekend. Will there be protests? Will they be covered? They won't be covered, of course, as the protests in London aren't covered by the BBC. I check the BBC every day because I feel like they do a decent job of worldly news compared to like any American source. Because good God, it's hard to find good sources for global content. It just is in America. So, but what are your thoughts on this? Because I get nervous reading these stories because I know a lot of our politicians would love to do something like this. Because again, COVID-19, the vaccination, isn't a scientific issue. It's a moral issue. Because if it was scientific, the obvious thing was, people elderly and especially morbidly obese should really consider the vaccine. But everyone else, it's up to you. You might be one of the people that end up in the hospital. You might not. And that's why it's up to you, and that's why you should have a conversation between you and your doctor about it. Not with me, not with Joe Rogan, not with, anybody like that. And especially not with your freaking politician. I would never go to Joe Biden and say, Joe, I'm experiencing some sore throat symptoms. What should I do? So why would you go up to him and say, Joe, should I get the COVID-19 shot? Since you know literally nothing about my medical history whatsoever, would you recommend that? Oh, you should? Oh, and then I have adverse effects, and then can I sue you? Oh, I can't? Oh, awesome. Not saying that's a guarantee. Again, I'm not, this isn't an anti-vax stance. I'm not that person. I'm saying that politicians and governments shouldn't mandate health procedures of any kind on you or me. My body, my choice. They could recommend it. They can push it. They should be more upfront with the facts, and they're not. Instead, they do their little agendas where they push Big Bird to get your kids vaccinated. They push all these child shows to do it. Instead of saying, here, parents, here's some literature to give to your kids, they would rather just go straight to the source. Go straight to the kids. That's why you see CRT in schools. It's not technically CRT, but it's the foundation of a good learning boy or girl to learn about CRT. Let me know your thoughts on this. I hope that there's going to be protests. I hope that that's going to happen, because if they just sit down and take this, it makes me nervous about what happens in America the months to come. I mean, it just does. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but there was too many people okay with the lockdown here in the first place, so it makes me nervous of what it looks like later in life. What if America pushes this? What if they push for this? Are you okay with that? Are you just going to sit there and take it? Are you going to go, well, you know what, Derek, my job's online anyways. I don't care. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know why I said interesting, like that was like you really asked me that question, but because I just came up with it in my head. Whatever. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going live later to watch Jen Psaki come back to the podium. It's going to be a freaking fantastic time. Enjoy your weekend. Find a way to enjoy yourself. I think I would like to do a call-in show sometime. I'm going to try to find out a good time to do that. I think that'd be so much fun to connect with you. I get so bored staring at myself in the camera and talking on a microphone. And I'm too much of a people person to do that. It's just not. And I don't think it's healthy. I don't think any of this self-podcasting is healthy. So let me know your thoughts. I hope you have a fantastic day. And as always, I'll catch you. And be sure to subscribe. If you're a new listener, freaking subscribe. Tell your friends about this. Share this on all platforms. I'd greatly appreciate it. You can share any of my content, from my serious content to my super TLE content. Make sure to follow me. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I do a lot of tweets on Twitter. I don't know why, but I do. Follow me on Minds. Follow me on BitChute, Rumble. Again, always follow me on Rumble as a backup, because I still go live there. Because YouTube will eventually take me down. Have a great day, and as always, I'll catch you on the next episode of The Derek O'Shea Show.